Hey, hello, everybody. Very sorry for the 3 months away, and I said I'd do it every few weeks concerning the whole stem cell treatment, etc., and other reports of activities I was doing. Okay, so stem cell hip. Let's get into that. Let's do that first. It certainly has improved. Had a bit of a few problems as I was going along because it's as it recovers, it improves and goes backwards and forwards. Some days felt better, of course, other days didn't, depending on what I did. I was trying to be very, very careful in terms of impact activity. And it wasn't till the end of February, beginning of March, that I actually started to play a little bit of tennis, 1 hour a week. Uh, and it went all right. It was pretty good. Uh, and then it went downhill a little bit, and then it suddenly got a whole lot better. And that was about the end of March. So a couple of weeks ago, I played my 1 hour, and then 2 days later, I played 2 more hours, and then I was working out and exercising and doing all those things. And I was on the treadmill walking, doing 1 minute runs. So I'd walk for 3 or 4 minutes, do a 1 minute run, which for me, concerning the hip and the way it has been in its past, was really good. I was even feeling a certain amount of explosive power out of the hip, which was really cool and hasn't been there for a very long time. Really cool. One of my 12. So then it sort of said, that's enough. And it went very bad last week. So off to the chiropractor, various treatments. Certainly a lot better today and yesterday. But it's going to be, I think, about another 3 to 5 days before it gets back to where it was. And then we'll see. So I have talked with the surgeon doctor who did the injections down in Denver, or the Caymans, but they're booked outside of Denver. Dr. Schultz, and he and I, as I said before, I've had a very honest conversation concerning my hip status. So, as he said, we've kicked the can down the road a little bit. We've bought some time, which we've done. So, I'm just going to let things be the way they are, keep doing what I'm doing, see how it recovers now in the next week or so from the activity I did, which was the most activity I've done impact activity I've done since October last year, maybe even before that. So I can definitely say it's better. Absolutely, it's not what I want yet, but it is better. And the prognosis with stem cell development and healing is that it can be many months. And so now we're hitting 6 months, May 5th. I want to give it at least 3 more months after that to see if we gain another 10 or 15%, hopefully 20. That would be great. If not, then we'll take it as it is, and then we just let the hip tell me what it's gonna do. I don't know. I don't know if the last time I talked about, I was putting some castor oil, still am, on the affected areas of the hip. Apparently, that's supposed to be very good for breaking up any type of bone spurs and what have you, because it's a very deep penetrating oil. Of course, mine have been there for years, so this is not a new injury with a new spur. This would be a very old spurs, etc. I'm sure the stem cells have done some work on that because the hip is more flexible and it certainly is more stable. That's something very noticeable when I go to stand on one leg. So if I stand on the right side, it's pretty darn good. That's quite a bit better. Beyond that, there's not too much more to tell you. It's just been an up and down cycle. Some days, some weeks better than others. Again, that was to be expected with the healing process. Easy peasy. However, I will still say to everyone out there, if you are in a mild or moderate degeneration, or with mild and moderate symptoms of some type of problem with your joints, knees, hips, shoulders, etc., for heaven's sakes, go and get PRP and or stem cells, or both. You don't have to do what I did with it. At that point, you won't really need cultivated stem cells taken from your body to be, sitting in a lab for 3 months while they're feeding them the PRP, which is much, much more expensive. Plus, they filter out and try and get the best stem cells to inject back into you. What you would do is just walk into a stem cell facility, office of sorts, PRP. They extract the blood, they do the centrifuge, they inject. It's that simple. The downtime really depends on the degeneration of your joint. So if it's mild, the downtime is much less. If it's moderate, it's not as quick and easy as the mild, but it's not that bad. The worst part is about 24 hours when the inflammation really hits, and within 36, 48 hours, it really does reduce. It's really nothing that's going to completely put you on your back. But yes, I would strongly suggest it still. Look at it. And again, of course, Canadians, I'm sorry, but most of your doctors are never going to talk about it with you. I was surprised to hear, by the way, on another note, that they just started doing the robotic hip replacements in Canada, because I've looked extensively at that down in the States, because that's what my plan is at this point, is to go down there, only because the doctors down there have been doing hundreds, if not thousands of them. We've just started in Canada. I think the first 2 or 3 or 5 were just done here in Burnaby or someplace in Vancouver. And I know the East Coast just did a few. So it's still new in terms of the doctors doing them. So I want a sports doctor who's done them if that's what I need. So we'll see. But options abound, right? It's just we have to look. So thank you very much, and I do apologize for this being so late. On another note concerning the spiritual stuff, which I know I've mixed this all together, so if I'm confusing you, sorry about that. But I don't want to do separate videos and what have you. That's too much. For anyone in the Vancouver area, we're opening our Spirit Lights Healing Center. We're doing a kind of a service on Sunday, April 28th at 9. It's at 9400 College Street, Chilliwack. At 10 a.m. is the healing. 10:30 is the service, and then after we're doing a bit of coffee and connection, and then we're doing a 1 to 4 o'clock mediumship and meditation introduction, which is extra. Of course, the service is free, but the mediumship and meditation introduction is $40 for the 3 or 4 hours that we're there. So, if you're around, drop in. Come see us. It'd be great to see people experiencing and connecting with God, because that's what it's about. You want your mediumship to work and to work well. You connect to God first. The rest will come. The rest will make itself known to you as it goes along. And yes, I know we can talk about the mechanics of mediumship and all of those intricate things, but the real connection is your connection to God and getting in touch with the real you, which is so far beyond your personality and so far beyond your skin color and however you're identifying. Great, fine, but the real you, the real essence, that's the part that is used by the spirit world. Everything else is just a way of fitting in here, or being able to communicate through, to connect with others, just because that's the time frame we're in. All of that is really superfluous. Sorry, but it really is. It's not your essence. And when you attune to God in the most humble meaningful, powerful way, that is the real you. So thank you very much. Short video. I hope you've been able to find my podcast, Let Spirit Speak. I have a new one coming out. I just put one out a little while ago, a couple of weeks ago. I think it was on the Aura. And I have another one I'm going to start recording after I finish this. So all the best. God bless. And thank you very much. My information, my email is Alan, A-L-A-N, John Holmes, JOHNHOLMES @yahoo.com. My webpage, which is, I've said before, very old, but I am definitely now officially working with some good web developers, etc., is www.alanjohnholmes.com. And hope to see you, and all the best in whatever your journey is at the moment. Thank you. Bye-bye.